I thought we played a pretty overall game tonight. 4 quarters, we 12, 17, 18, and 20. The first quarter, we kind of, I don't know if you call it a slow start, but I'll tell you what we did. We played real good defense all night long. Real good defense. I think they had 34 points maybe with like 3 minutes to go. Ended up with 41. You play a Division I basketball team in our conference, and they're pretty good. They're 5-5, and we hold them into the 40s. I'm very proud of our young ladies. They did a great job defensively. And, I don't know what we ended up shooting. It looks like we shot for the game 48%. We can win by that. Free throws, we were 9 of 13. That's not real good. But, I've seen years I'd take 9 of 13, but not this year. And then they're the number one offensive rebounding team in our conference, and they ended up getting 7 offensive rebounds. So, and we out-rebounded them 43-28. We had 14 turnovers, they had 18. So, again, the areas that I was disappointed in the other night, I'm pretty proud. And that one-day difference, just talking to our players and showing them things, again, I got to go back on the staff that I got with Matt, Kim, Nina, and Tom. Because in one day, you got a lot of things to cover, and you got like 14 young ladies you got to cover it with. So I got to go back and give them the credit for that. Plus, I was ill, not sick, mad, okay, about the way we ended up the other night. So they had to keep me grounded, and so they got with the team and got everything back where it should be. Very proud of our young ladies, though. Very proud of our team.
Coach, I think this is the third time in Conference USA play you've held the team to 41 points this season. Charlotte and UTSA were the other 2 times. What makes this team so good defensively?
Well, you got a good communicator back there with Courtney. You got Ksenia, which has started playing a lot better defense, and you got Nasia. Then on the perimeter, you got Lex, Savannah, Courtney Blakely, and Jalen Gregory, and they just get after you. They're not scared. They're not intimidated by anybody, and they get up the line, and they make it hard for a team to get into their offense, and they're having to take some shots that, well, I think we had 2 or 3 shot clock violations in the first half. So when you got that, even if you're not doing what you think you should be doing on the offensive end, on the defensive end, you're giving yourself a chance to get back in the game. I think they were up on us, 9 points the first quarter, and it gave us a chance to get back in, get some easy baskets, and get to rolling. I can't really tell you. Okay. It's called being hacked off. Maybe that's the best word. Me being hacked off. They knew it. We don't get out rebounded. I mean, the other night we won the game, but we got out rebounded, 15 or 16? You just got to go. This is the best rebounding team in the conference, this group we had tonight. And we went out there and out rebounded them, like you said, 15. You just got to come to play every night. We got a target on our back. We got to learn that we're ranked now, and everybody's going to come in, and they're going to play 12 to 15 points better than they really are. And then if you got to hang in there until it wears off. And when it wears off, then that's when you got to make hay right there. So that's what we did tonight. We hung in there, played good defense, rebounded the basketball, and got ourselves back in the game.
How important is Courtney Woodson to this team's rebounding?
How many did she get tonight? She had 9 tonight. Savannah 5, Jalen 5, and Ksenia 8, and Courtney Blakely 6. Courtney is the communicator back there. She's going to make a few mistakes, but she's going to make sure everybody's in the position they need to be in. And I think tonight's the first night we've given her any break this year, maybe in the last 3 years, to be honest with you. And I think she asked out then, I believe. Nina come and said, Courtney wants a break. So we gave her one. I do. Not the first quarter. We discussed it all day yesterday. That's part of learning to play when you're ranked. And it's going to take us a few games to get through that. Once we get through that, we're going to go to another level. I said we're about 6.5, maybe a 7, but a 6.5 probably. And I want to get to a 7.5 to 8 before we get to the conference tournament on a scale of 1 to 10. And if we do, we got a chance to win the tournament. But we got to get there. We got 9 more games left tough games left that's going to make us a better basketball team. We're going to be very much challenged when we get into the conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. That's what we need, and we got the 9 games to do it now.
Coach, you talk a lot about how this is a family program, as you can see with your grandkids up here. I noticed, I think it was your mom in attendance today behind the Lady Raider bench. What did it mean for you to have her here?
Well, that's when Chris hired me. One of the things that we talked about was my family was going to be involved, and we take them. Come here, Clark, get up here where everybody can see that pretty face, okay? And that's just part of it. I mean, if I got to do this without my family around, I'm not going to do it. And I think we tell people that this is a family atmosphere. I think Nina had 8 or 9 of her family came in today for the game from Memphis. Kim's family, you know, we can't get Gabe off the floor during practice, can't get him on the floor during the game to clean it. So, you know, and then Tom Hodges, his little girl and his son, they're all out there shooting probably right now. This is what we're all about at Middle Tennessee. That's what a lot of people miss out on. They want to talk about this, want to talk about Power Fives and this and that. Hey, let me tell you something. We're a Power Five school, basketball. We're in the top 25 in the country, 23. I don't know if FIU gave us any votes or not. She's in our conference. Maybe she will Monday, hopefully. But if she don't, we'll still keep battling and take this thing where we know it needs to go. We're one of the top basketball programs in the country, bar none. And that's why, you know, I can go down the line if I need to of the teams, of the Power 5 teams that's bought out on us, paid Christmas Sorrow money to keep us from coming to their gym. We owed them a game. They said, no, we'll just pay you the money. So there's several of them, but I won't get into that today. You don't get me started on that, Sam. Chris will be telling me to cut it off back there, you know. But I'm very proud of our program. I'm very proud to be the head coach here at Middle Tennessee State, and I got the best coaching staff in America, bar none. You got that, guys?
Courtney, I actually took you into the game to watch you rebound because you understand, I think you understand rebounding angles so well. Is that something like in practice? Like is rebounding just an effort thing with you, or is it something like thought process?
Yeah, no, that's always kind of been my thing to like get me going. It's definitely effort, but coach teaches us a lot about like offside rebounding and reading where the ball comes off the rim. So yeah, it's just one of those things I've always loved to do. So you're pretty good at it.
What changed between the first quarter and the rest of the game rebounding wise? Because I think they out rebounded y'all in those first 2 minutes. And then after that, it was all Lady Raiders.
Am I speaking again?
Yep,
Okay.
that's for you, baby.
All right. No, I think we knew that they were the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the conference, so we had to just come up with that mindset of just going and getting the basketball and not letting those. We've been struggling with our 50-50 balls, so just going and really pursuing the basketball. So.
One for kind of all 3 girls. Since you're right now, you haven't lost since November. Do you guys sense that every time you step on the court, the other team has been thinking about that game for weeks?
We know we're going to get everyone's best shot. So what we try to do is just go out and play it just like it's another game. We don't need too much pressure on us. We just want to go out and we want to execute.
Courtney, it seems like every time you come in the game, you know, you're playing elite defense, you're getting a lot of steals and deflections. Coach Insel talked last week about how you're up there with Alexis in terms of being the best defender on the team. You come in, you make the right play every time, you get assists, you set everybody up. How have you kind of bought in that role?
Being their point guard has been a journey for me. So learning the best ways I can play with my teammates, building that chemistry with everybody, knowing where people are, knowing how to get them open is really important to me. So I really take that on. And the defensive part, I try to, what you said with effort is really about effort and, you know, just get after it.
Savannah, it seemed like there was a moment the offense just sort of clicked where y'all realized, hey, we can get a lot of shots at the rim against this team. We're either driving or kicking it to somebody. Did you have that sense of that on the court that y'all figured out, like, hey, we can get to the rim against them?
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part of all of our game is just playing by instinct. So, like, whatever field that we have, so if whatever screen we come off of, you know, always attack. And, you know, if we have a lane, we take advantage of it. If not, kick out. Everyone's capable of knocking down the shot.
How how big was it for you to hit a three to sort of snap that cold spell the team's been having, sort of in the second quarter?
I mean, it felt great, but a lot of it was just coming from the crowd, after that three in the corner before going to the half. And I think Lex hit one right after that. So it was definitely a momentum build up. So, I mean, we just love feeding off the crowd. So it was definitely a great feeling.
Coach mentioned in his presser, this is the third time you've held a team to 41 points in conference play. Well, why is this team so cohesive defensively? What do y'all do well as a team to get those results?
Did you want to go? You can hear. Okay. I would say it's repetition in practice. We really take a big step with preparation. So before we go out into any game, we know what you're going to run. We know the out-of-bounds plays you're going to run. So we always prepare for these things so we be ready.
When you stepped in for it seemed like your team really gained a lot of momentum. When you were sitting out watching everything, what was your strategy before stepping out there?
I really like to watch whoever Lex is guarding, and I like to see how because she's taught me a lot, and I like to study her and see what she's doing, and I try to, with my ability, try to make plays. Yeah.
Anything else? For all three of y'all, Coach Insel brings in his grandkids a lot of times in his press conferences. We saw his mom, courtside today. He talks a lot about how this is a family type atmosphere. Was that a selling point for when y'all chose middle at y'all's different stages of years to come here?
Definitely.
Yeah. Like I talk about my faith all the time. So first of all, glory to God, because this is, we get caught up so much in the pressure, and just something as simple as remind us of family. It's a family, and we're trying to remind ourselves right now is to slow down. There's a target on our back, but slow down, enjoy the moment, be present with, that's why Coach brings his grandkids up here, because he's never going to get to experience that with us or them again. So just being present and just enjoying this ride together. It's a journey. It's definitely a lot of ups and downs, but we're going to get through it together. So.
Yeah, I definitely piggyback on what she said.
Yeah.
Retweet, yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
Thank you.